What's going on, guys? We are back here with some more Edge of Eternities Standard. And as you can see here, we got a lot of Edge of Eternities cards in this particular deck list. So I was on this kick the other week, and depending on when this goes up, you may have already seen the Celestia version. Basically, I said to myself, Cosmogrand Zenith, one of the best cards in the set. Let's explore some other options, because this card, you see it pop up in Esper Pixie from time to time. Sometimes you've seen it in these like mono white weenie decks, but I feel like this card has not gotten the level of attention that it deserves. This card is extremely powerful. 3 mana for a 2/4 Mythic Rare from Edge of Eternities. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you can either make two 1/1 human soldier tokens, or put a counter on each creature you control. And if you played during the Corey Steel Cutter era, the Cosmogrand Zenith does count itself. So if you think about Cosmogrand Zenith as sort of a 4-drop as opposed to a 3-drop, because ideally what you want to do is go turn 4, play the Zenith, play the 1-drop, get the immediate value, so that even if they have a removal spell, you at least got something out of the deal, either 1/1s or counters on your creatures, depending on the board state. So that was kind of the concept of like, okay, let's take Cosmogrand Zenith and let's see if we can put it into a couple of different shells, try some different color combinations, and I did actually try every color combination available. So you might see some other Zenith videos over the next couple of days, again, depending on when this goes out. But this was Boros. So what does red offer you? Now, a lot of these Zenith decks, let's talk about the core, because a lot of the Zenith decks that I've been building are sort of still built around the same core of white cards. So Cosmogrand Zenith is the obvious inclusion. That's what we're building around. Then you have this warp package. So Haliya, Guided by Light, and Starfield Shepherd. Haliya is a card, 1 mana, well, 3 mana for a 3/3, but you can warp it for a single mana. And then whenever it or another creature enters, you gain a life. And then end step, if you've gained 3 or more life this turn, draw a card. So what's nice about Haliya is that you can warp it for 1 mana, so it counts as a 1-drop for Zenith. But it also, if you have Haliya in play and you trigger the Zenith, so for example, you can warp this as your first card, and then as your second spell per turn, play something else, make 2 1/1s off Zenith, that'll get you 2 more life off Haliya. That's a guaranteed card right there. Starfield Shepherd is nice. So this one, 5 mana for a 3/2 flyer that you can warp for 2. And then when it enters, you can search for a basic plains or a 1-drop, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So Shepherd, you can imagine where, if you have Zenith in play, you play Shepherd for 2 mana, you go fetch a 1-drop. Well, hey, you now have fetched a 1-drop as your second spell for Zenith. And if that 1-drop you're fetching is Pixie, you can Pixie to pick up the Shepherd to then set up for another double spell the following turn. So it really gives you a lot of like staying power and ways to play through removal spells, which is nice about that. And then the other kind of the package deal here of, I guess I would pair these 3 together, of Lightstall Inquisitor, Lumen-Class Frigate, and Voice of Victory. So Frigate is a spacecraft that when you get to 2 mana spacecraft, that on 2 counters, it gives all of your other creatures +1/+1. So very powerful with Voice of Victory, right? Where once you have the Frigate on 2 counters, your voice is not only 2 power, it's also making 4 power when it attacks. So this thing attacks for 6 power alone, which is kind of nice. Lightstall Inquisitor is very important because the ETB trigger to get your opponent to exile a card, like that matters from time to time. The really important stats on this card are 2 power and vigilance. So vigilance may not look like it's important on a 2/1, 1-drop mana 2/1, but the really nice thing about vigilance is if you curved Lightstall into Frigate, what you can do is you can attack with Lightstall for 2 damage because it has vigilance, and then post combat you can tap it to put counters in the Frigate to immediately turn the Frigate on. So you get a little bit of damage and you get to do the put counters in the Frigate that turn. So that curve is pretty good. So that's the white cards. You can include Seam Rip in there just because this is one of the best removal spells in the format. Answer stuff like Cauldron, Profs, large FOMOs, etc., etc. So that's all the white cards. Now, basically what I've been doing is I've been taking that same core of white cards and just trying a different splash color. So red is offering us some interesting options. Removal spell in the form of Plasma Bolt. So this is red sorcery, deal 2, but if you void, which means if a non-land permanent left the battlefield, or if a spell was warped this turn, you get 3 damage. Now remember, Haliya and Shepherd both have a relatively cheap warp cost. So these allow you to get the Plasma Bolt online for, again, relatively cheap. Your removal spells can also do the trick, like if you Seam Rip a thing, that triggers Plasma Bolt, so that gets you something that way. And then the other really important one is Cunning Coyote. So the plot mechanic, as just conceptually, is powerful with Cosmogrand Zenith, because if you plot something on turn 2, then turn 3 you can play the Cosmogrand Zenith, and then you already have the card that's plotted as your second spell to immediately trigger the Zenith. So in the case of Coyote, you plot this for 2, and then it's a 2/2 haste that says when it comes into play, you can give another creature +1/+1 and haste until end of turn. So you plot this on turn 2, then turn 3 you play Zenith, you unplot the Coyote, trigger the Zenith. You can either counter on the Zenith or make 1/1s. You probably want to make 1/1s that turn. And then the Coyote enters, you give the Zenith +1/+1 and haste, you're attacking for 5, and you made 2 1/1s on turn 3. That's pretty good. And then the rest of the 1-drops are there's some kind of weird ones to tutor up with Starfield Shepherd, because when you have 4 copies of this, you want to place like some extra utility. So we have Stadium Headliner, which can be a tutorable removal spell. Norin, Swift Survivalist, kind of a weird one, but if your opponent has a lot of blockers, what you can do is you can tutor up the Norin, play it, and then just attack with everything unimpeded, because if they block your stuff, you can just exile it and then play it again post-combat, which is also nice because that gives you more spells for Zenith. And then I'm trying out 1 Ruckus as kind of just an extra plot card. Not really sure about this one. And then 1 Veteran Survivor as tutorable Graveyard Hate, and then the aforementioned Pixie as well. Mana base pretty clean, just the dual lands that you would expect with starting towns and some basics. And then sideboard, you can play a Dragonmaster Outcast, which is a tutorable 1-drop that you can get off Shepherd, where if the game goes long, you can make a bunch of 5/5s, so I thought that was kind of cool. The 4th Seam Rip, some Graveyard Hate, some Abrades, Exorcise, Get Lost, and then a couple of draw spells with 2 cases and 1 Elspeth as just for the grindy matchups when you want to play a longer game. So that is the Boros version of Zenith. Again, I like a lot of what this deck is doing. Again, really, you can kind of mix and match the second color as long as you're playing that core of white cards, Shepherd, Haliya, Zenith, Frigate, Voice, like that. Those cards I think are all very good together, and then expanding on that, trying some different second colors and some different packages. But I liked what red had to offer. The Coyote was great, the bolts were great, so I'm really excited to show you guys today's video. So without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Yeah, it's not great, but it's okay. It's okay. This hand could really use a plot card. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is like no matter how many sideboard cards you have, like Shatters, Graveyard Hate, all of these sideboard cards only attack one specific axis of their deck. And because they have so much card filtering, Fear of Missing Out, Winter Night Stories, Profs to Cantrip, Steam Core Scholar, Tursa, it's very, very easy for them to just have a pile of filtering and just discard the cards that your sideboard card is bad against, and then find cards that, you know, sort of outmatch the sideboard card, or like sidestep it. And that's all their deck does is just draw cards, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so hard to attack it. It's nearly impossible. Veteran Survivor! I'm a survivor. It only works if you're rich. That's what I've been told. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Exile up to 1. What's the benefit? 3 or more cards plus... Jesus Christ, this card's insane. All right, I'll target that. I was like, I don't know if I want to exile my own shit, but yeah, I want to make it a 5/4. Kidding me? This card is nice. And you only need to get the 3. Oh, that's 2. That's 2. Did we go Zenith here? This is tough, right? I mean, they don't have a ton of answers to Zenith. Like, what are their answers? They play, like, 2 Roaring Furnace in the main, and that's it? Yeah, well, the issue with Raw Haliya is I can't trigger the Zenith next turn if I do that, you know? I think I just run the Zenith out there. Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2 ult bolts, but basically what I'm getting at is they don't have an endless number of answers to Zenith. So think about it this way. If theoretically, if they want to answer the Zenith, it has to be their whole turn. And if they're doing that, then they don't kill the Survivor. And now we just win. Like, now they're just cooked. So, Warp Haliya, Warp Shepherd. Actually, no. Warp Haliya, Cast Coyote? Counters? No, I guess Warp Haliya, Coyote tokens. Yeah, Warp Haliya, Coyote. We could also go Warp Shepherd, Cast Coyote. Let's go Warp Haliya, Cast Coyote. And then make tokens. They're already at 6, and now I have a 5/4 hexproof. Huge! Dude, this deck is gasolina! This is nice, right? I mean, that was a pretty powerful turn. That was a pretty good turn, if you ask me. You see, man, like there's definitely something here. There's something to this. See, this matchup is weird because I don't like the graveyard hate as much. It's like the graveyard hate's really only good against the talents. So like, I don't know if that's enough to board in Rest in Peace and or Ghost Vacuum. And like Exorcise kills talent, but could like honestly I think Get Lost for Ral is nice because I'm pretty scared of Ral in the post board games. I think, but I kind of don't want to do much else. I'm just gonna do this. A lot of people kind of associate the Izzet decks, like they kind of group them together, but the two different Izzet decks could not be farther apart from each other. They're so different. Yeah, it's called Tectonic Hazard. That's the one from LCI. They could be farther apart. I mean, technically they could share 0 cards. This is true. They could share literal 0 cards instead of the 4 cards that they do share. Dude, I think I'm gonna get cooked by Fire Magic, but like, I just gotta make tokens, right? Gotta make tokens here. So, tokens. Pump this asshole. Attack for 3. It's true, they do share lands. Yeah, more than Riverfire Verge. Basic Island and Basic Mountain are cards that they do both have. That is a true statement. I guess Floodmaw. They both have Floodmaw. Does that count? I think I cut, what, 1 Plasma Bolt, 1 Frigate? Yeah, 1 Plasma, 1 Frigate. No, the Cauldron version does not play Storm Chaser's talent. Yeah, I have 1 basic mountain. We are the same. We are the same. Basically the exact same deck list. I mean, if I get a turn, like, I can do some nice shit next turn, but I don't know if I'm getting a turn. And as long as they don't kill Zenith, we're fine. They probably can't kill Zenith, right? Oh, wait, I'm just dead. Actually, never mind. I'm just dead on board. Okay. Actually, we're not fine. That's true. All right. We'll go next. See, the real question is, how many blue-red VV decks do I need to play in a row before I end stream? The answer is what? Probably like 4 or 5? The sand's good. It doesn't beat Fire Magic. I feel like we should just go play Modern. Well, that's what the sub goal is for. If we have an Oiler in the chat that wants to get us to the 550 sub goal, I'm happy to play Modern. But I decided to put it as a sub goal. But I'll play some Modern. Torch the Deward. I mean, plot into Zenith is nice. Like, this hand is really good. No, we didn't play Townless yesterday. Okay, see that pause? That means they definitely have Fire Magic. It's like so obvious they have Fire Magic, though. Maybe the counters are better, because that plays around Obliterating Bolt, too. Let's go counter. No, I'm gonna go counter. Because they do have Bolt in their sideboard. It sucks, though, because they have 5 cards in hand, so if they draw to 6, they can still Roaring Furnace this if they have the room. So, like, that's kind of awkward, but still think this is worth it. Yeah, I can make tokens the turn that I go for Frigate. 6-piece coming in. But yeah, I mean, if their hand is Fire Magic plus room, then there's not much I can do, right? That I am okay with. That one I'm cool with. Now we're fucking chilling. Yeah, see? Get out of here, VV Bozo. Some technical difficulties there. Ooh. I swallowed my water wrong. You ever do that? Just me? Alright, rare non-VV deck, huh? Dude, I want to play the voice so bad. I'm gonna do it. It's the Chad play. Chad play engage. I mean, what are they gonna do? Play a 3-drop this turn? Sorcery speed removal. Huh. Well, that's bad. Right. Sorcery speed removal. I mean, what am I even getting off of the Shepherd? I guess the Headliner can be an instant speed removal spell. Alright, fine. I'll get the Headliner. The Plasma Bolt's kind of sick with voice, right? End of turn tokens die. Easy. The Thrall on the board? The Doorkeeper Thrall? Well, Doorkeeper Thrall's bad because it would turn off the Haliyas. So we can't really play a card like that. Because Haliya's too good in this deck. Also turn off Shepherd. Just can't play a card like that. Okay. I mean, I guess the Norin is coming up, huh? Yeah, I guess the Norin's coming up. Yeah, they're reading the card now, huh? Reader. We have a reader. I repeat, we have a reader. Okay, I'm gonna say something very controversial. The Norin kind of nice this game. Not gonna lie, Norin kind of nice this game. Okay, it's kind of sick. It's kind of cooking. Why do we have a Norin in our deck? I mean, I think the evidence is pretty clear. I think this game is a perfect example. I think you just answered your own question. It's what it seems like to me. All right, instant speed kill spells. I require you. Like, cut the rips. I could do exercise as well, but again, sorcery is just like kind of eh. Try this. I did listen to chat. I listened to chat about the Norin, and look, man, they were right. I'll admit it. I don't say this very often, so you may need to clip this. Chat was right. Chat was right. I'll say it. The Norin cooks. Well, I wish I could kill an elf. I wish I had a seam rip, I guess. Nah, that's a rare Chad W right there. Don't get ahead of yourself, okay? This is probably the first and last time. The widget that lets you look at your deck list, Untapped. Untapped.gg. You can download an extension. You should be able to see the overlay on my stream. There's like an overlay that shows you my deck list and stuff. But if you want to get it for yourself, there's an Untapped. It's like a software you download. I mean, fuck it. I'm just doing this. Ship attacks first, but the lumbering wagon. I think Jack gets credit for 4 ship too. I mean, I got us most of the way there. I added 3, right? Like, I should get most of the credit for Shepherd, because I was the one who was playing 3. Dude, this deck cooks, man. This is so good. I think we might have broke it, chat. I'm just saying. This deck feels really, really close. The Haliyas are so sick with the Zenith, too. Yeah, we are playing the Frigate. I'm not, like, super sold that you need to play the Frigates. But like the frigate is still really good with Zenith because you want to go wide and, you know. But I could honestly see trying a version without the frigates. Like I think there's basically two distinct different builds of this deck. You can either go in on frigate, cheap creatures, tokens, or you can go in on more plot cards like Slickshot, Show Off, Demonic Ruckus, and Highway Robbery. So like a more spell-focused version. But I'm not sure which one's better. That's bad. B5, thank you for the Prime sub, 2 months. Welcome back, B5. Getting us that much closer to our sub goal of playing Modern. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the Prime sub, B5. Appreciate that. I don't really have a good double spell turn. I mean, I guess I do, right? I can just go Get Lost this, Abrade this. That's pretty good. Yeah, one card in hand plus the Origins. I think Shepherd Get Lost. Shepherd Get Lost is not terrible either, because that gets us a 1-drop, and then we can go Zenith 1-drop next turn. Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. Okay, let's do that. Because I can chump block the wagon with the tokens. So let's get, I guess... I'll be like Stadium. I should attack here, right? Attack first. Juans. And then I could save the Abrade for the wagon. I mean, I guess this line's not great if they have another fire magic, because they can kill the 1/1s, Origins, and then hit for 6. I mean, I could take 6, right? Would Moon White be better? Moon White? Moon White. What do you mean by that? What did they mean by that? I mean the Lightstall Inquisitor? A mono white. I don't know, man. The red cards are nice. Like, specifically this card. The Coyote is so good with the Zenith. That was kind of the whole point. Is I wanted to try Zenith with Coyote. And red also gives you some good sideboard cards too, right? Like Abrade is really a really good sideboard card, stuff like that. So, and I think with regards to Orzhov and Boros, you're not really losing that much by splashing because I mean, we're playing 16 dual lands. Our mana is perfect. The wagon. Yeah, we had an Orzhov version yesterday too that was kind of nice. Can I kill them? Gotta be close, right? No, we're actually not that close. Well, now maybe we are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4 plus 6 is 10. My 1 short. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, what did Blood think? Did they think it was a spaceship? Maybe. So I mean, let's actually just do this. Yeah, I think I like this better. So we'll do one of each. Yeah, we'll do one of each. And then hit for 7. Hit for 7, lead back 3 blockers. Yeah, I was 1 damage short that turn. I could put him to 1, but... The wagon gets trample. No, the wagon doesn't get trample until chapter 3. It was on chapter 1 last turn, so... I can wait a turn from the wagon, but I think it's still better to kill the wagon. Because then if we draw a land next turn, we can guarantee just go Shepherd, get ahead. You know what I mean? So land lets us double spell. And you know, I don't wanna find out. I'll just chump block. Yeah, that's why we chump block there. Was it lethal if I didn't block? No, they were one spell short. So I guess I could have taken it, but I mean, there's no reason to, right? Yeah, Headliner kill the Scrap Shooter also probably does it. I mean, they're just dead, right? Just dead on board. I mean, now they're definitely dead. I mean, this is just extra, but, you know. Why not, right? It's just extra. When I find out, I'll let you know. Again, the chestnut. This is Prowess, maybe? Dude, the Battlecrier deck is nice. I mean, they know. They're playing the Prowess version. I actually want to attack first. They kind of got to kill it now. Surprised they're using Abrade, though. Okay. No kill spell for the voice. Rip. Bruh. Okay. Alright, Frigate. I mean, the good news is they're not doing anything, so we have plenty of time. Bad news is we're also not doing anything. So they also have plenty of time. It does go both ways. You can't do that. That is cheating. I repeat, that is cheating. All right, I have a plan, but it's not a very good plan. I'll tell you that much. It's not a very good plan. I'm debating if I want to Shepherd again. 3, 6. I think I do. No, because then I can't bolt next turn. Oh, no, I can. I can bolt next turn if I seam rip the token. Okay, I got a plan. I got a plan. This one gets Stadium. It's not a very good plan, but it's all I got. All right. And the issue is I can't even kill the Ral next turn because that's just going to get a bunch of loyalty. We're in trouble! We are in trouble!
I can invent my way to victory.
Chat, I'm scared. Can you please hold me? Type 1 in the chat if you were also scared. Any monk ass.
I have a plan.
This is probably fine.
You get to be my protege today.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. When you look into the past, is the Cauldron deck's mana curve is much higher. They're playing a lot more 3-drops, and in turn, they are also better at utilizing, like, even if they can only play one spell a turn, they're much better at doing that because they just have better spells they can play. Like, they have more, you know what I mean? Like, they just have more expensive cards. So it's just, like, it's just not good against Cauldron. And, like, yeah, I mean, sure, yeah, the other version also has Flood Moss, so, like, it makes it a little more awkward, but... Rip for Cauldron, High Noon for Prowess. Yeah, but then you have to play both of them, you know? Like, there's honestly not that many cards that are good against both. Which feels so weird. How there's, like, 2 decks that are both Izzet, and they're both playing VV, and there's very, very little sideboard overlap. You know how to fix Standard? Just let us play with 20-card sideboards. There, I fixed it. Didn't actually fix it, but, you know, kind of fixed it. Man, this kind of blows. I don't want to do anything. They're going to kill my headliner, but... Or not. All right. Go. Huge +1 counter. I'll take the free counter. I'm down. No. See, what you have to do is you have to make it so that the Izzet decks they only get to play with 15-card sideboards, but every other deck in the format gets to play with 30-card sideboards. There you go. I have no good plays. Okay, well, here's the thing, right? They probably won't do anything too bad, right? Like, what's the worst they can do this turn, you know?
Fine. I'll just have to shock the answers out of you.
Sounds good. Probably no more VV decks, right? Never been so happy to see a Stomping Ground, man. Opponent, you are my fucking hero. You are my fucking hero, man. I've never been so happy to see a Stomping Ground. Huge Stomping Ground. I guess it could be Temur VV. Don't play a blue source, please. Oh, okay, Delirium. The Survivor is kind of nice against Delirium. Fear of missing out. Jay, you know what's a good way for us to not play Standard is if we hit the sub goal to play some Modern. Any primers, any gifties? Ooh. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So I think it's Frigate level. Get in there. They're going to block, and they'll be Bolt the Fear of Missing Out. Have they had 14 already? Well, they did double shock. I'm actually going to get the sorcery. Maybe I could have just let them have the FOMO, honestly. Just like went upstairs with it. Yeah, honestly, like that might not have been a terrible idea. I didn't think about that. And it also doesn't put the FOMO into the graveyard, which is nice. Esper Pixie Rizzler. Lightstall Pixie, Portal, Tragic. I mean, I get what you're doing, but I think that here's the issue with Pixie, right? I don't think the issue with Pixie is necessarily having enough like late game power, because you're already playing in the normal version, you're playing Talon and stock up, but like I don't know if I can really condone, this is just lethal, isn't it? I don't know if I can really condone like just raising the mana curve tenfold, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of sketchy. Like that's not the problem with Pixie. The problem with Pixie is just like you don't have enough time to get to the late game. It's not really an aggressive deck. I mean, it can be, but it like the nice thing about Pixie is that it has the ability to be aggressive, but also enough late game with, you know, with talent stock up to like not lose those kinds of games, right? All right, what do you got for me, champ? You got some delirium over there. A little delirious. I mean, definitely rip my ass. Rip and suck. Seam is good. The Ruckus. This is maybe not a Plasma Bolt matchup, just because they have a lot of X3s. I mean, I don't want to cut them all, but I am boarding in another removal spell. Dude, this shit is so annoying. I will never, ever, ever, like, not hate that. Is there a way to, like, is there a setting where you can turn off sideboard animations? Because I can't stand that shit. This is good. All right, well, here's my 5. The Boros is nice. You know, my favorite part about this deck is the Coyotes. Zenith Coyote is so good. I wonder if there's maybe like a 3-color version that's also playing Zenith and Coyote. We could try the other version too, because we did, you know, we were talking about a version that had more spells, like Slickshot show off. So, like, maybe we could try that version in a little bit. You can opt out for the low price of $29.99. What do you mean? At Grok, is this true? Mardu Zenith? Yeah, Mardu has okay mana. But I'm just trying to think of, like, what would even be the reason to be Mardu? You know, it's like, you're playing Zenith, you're playing red cards, but, like, what are the black cards you would even want in that version? I guess Cecil? Cecil would make sense. Because Cecil's a good 1-drop that you can fetch off of Shepherd. But I don't know if there's any other black cards you really want besides Cecil. Maybe you could play Tragic Trajectory over Plasma Bolt. Like, that's probably a slight upgrade. I mean, I could probably take 11, right? I think I'm cool taking 11. Jeskai Zenith with VV. Wait, okay, check me out. Ready? Cosmogrand Zenith puts counters on your creatures. Cosmogrand Zenith with VV Cauldron. Does that do anything for you? Anything? Anything at all? No, it doesn't? Okay. Well, at least you're honest. Dear Lord, it's so greedy. I know, but it's so greedy that it just might work. Right? Marty could get Alicia in there. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to play more 3-drops with Zenith, right? Like, I think the whole point of playing Zenith is that we want less 3-drops. We want to just have a lower curve. It's like the lower your curve is, the better Zenith is. Like, I don't want to add 3s. Is this mull to 5 on the draw gonna win? Dude, this deck has nice hands. I don't know what to tell you. This deck has some nice ass hands. Okay. Let cook. So... do this, right? Take 8. Yeah, take 8. I mean, we do have to be careful about the Balustrade Worm and the Nova Hellkite, but I don't really know that there's much we can do about that. This game's gonna be close, though. This game's gonna be hella close. I mean, it's winnable. It is certainly winnable. I don't know that we're necessarily favored, but it is winnable. So... huh. Well, shit, now what? I mean, we really want to kill the Wildfire, I think. Because that's the Trampler. And we're definitely going to make tokens with Haliya. So... I guess, like... Seam Rip the Wildfire. Cast Coyote. Make tokens. Pump the Haliya, because that's the one that I don't want to attack with. Leave everything else back. Yeah, I do gain 1 off Frigate, so I could have played the Frigate that turn. I could have played, like... I could have played Frigate Seam Rip. Oh, maybe that was better, yeah. Frigate Seam Rip. Because then I can go Pump Haliya, tap Coyote, level the Frigate, tap both of these. Well, no, I need more blockers than that, right? But yeah, maybe that was better. 5/5 Trample Haste. I mean, that's kind of scary. That's a little scary, right? 5/5 Trample Haste. So... wait, let me do some math. What if I just did this? So next turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically any creature is lethal. I mean, the other option is this, right? This is the other option, but then I lose all 3 of these. Yeah, it's any spell, right? Because, well... oh yeah, because any spell lets me go 2 tokens, level up the Frigate with the 2 tokens. Yeah, I think we just do this and try to draw any spell. Yeah, I think literally any spell kills them. That was any spell, all right. Like I said, any spell does kill them. Okay, well, the good news is we're not dead, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We just go no attacks here. Yeah, I don't think we're technically dead. We're definitely dead to a red source. That is for sure. We are dead to a red source. Okay. We're also dead to Violent Urge. So let's think here. Um, something like this. I don't even know if this gives us outs to kill them next turn, but okay. Well, there is no next turn. Any spell, by the way. Look, my statement still stands. Any spell would have killed them. I wasn't technically wrong, you know? Delirium too strong, man. Play first. Okay, I can cook with this. This hand kind of rocks. This is like the perfect curve, right? I mean, I'll tell you this. You can post a link to the deck list. You might not like the answer that I give you, but you can certainly post a link to the deck list. I'm just warning you in advance, you know? But you can post it. Wait, they exiled Beastie and then didn't play a 1-drop? Surely they had a better exile than Beastie, right? Because now they kind of just cook themselves. Dude, the Haliya is so good. I can't begin to express to you how good this card is. This is one that I definitely this is one that I definitely slept on a little bit. I didn't realize how good this card was, but I have learned the error of my ways. I'm back in. I'm back in. We've never been more back. It's kind of awkward, isn't it? I mean, I guess it's not. We can trigger Haliya. This random ass Pixie is going kind of hard here. Shoop. Boop. Boop. Okay, Violent Urge down. I repeat, Violent Urge down! God, Haliya is just cooking them, dude. My goodness. Can you warp from exile? You may cast this card from your hand for its warp cost. You cannot do that. This is the situation where reading the card explains the card. If you could warp it, be broken. Oh, yeah, because you would just warp it and then warp it again from exile. Yeah. You're right, okay. Azorius Prison. Doo-doo-doo. One thing I'll say about Dowerport Mage, I kind of like Dowerport Mage a lot with the warp cards. Like, warp plus Splash Portal is kind of sick with Dowerport Mage. Something to think about. Frigate. Frigate. Alright, get it in there. Yeah, what was this Nemesis attack? That is the most ambitious attack I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ. No more Vivi the rest of the day. We can do that, right? No. Yes. true. It was too much to ask, alright? It was too much to ask. You need to drop a little bit more money to avoid VV. So what you're telling me is that if more people subscribe to the channel with the Amazon Prime model, then we are that much less likely to play against the VV strategies? Is that what you were advising me? I mean, I don't make up the rules. Dorso. I mean, like, what else am I supposed to do here, right? Like, just cast my fucking cards. This is probably okay. I mean, it's not like they're gonna play Cauldron this turn. Do 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 do. Come on, dude! Why are they playing Inti? It's so infuriating. Alright, 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 alright. Okay, rip, rip, the other rip, the other rip, the fourth rip. What did we do last time? We did Abrade and Vacuum. And then I think I cut the Plasma Bolts, 2 Frigates, and the Norin. Because they don't really block that much. Like, again, their mana curve is too high for High Noon to be good. They just go, like, all of their nut draws are just 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. They don't play multiple spells in a turn. Like, you can't play High Noon against this version. It's good against Prowess, but, like, you know, comparatively, Prowess in terms of metagame share is what, like 5% to 30%, you know? You just can't do that. You just can't do it. I mean, the reality is there's no good sideboard cards against the Cauldron version. And I mean that sincerely. There really is not. Would have been nice to draw land that turn, but I guess this is fine. The other line was let them keep Inti and then just go Warp Haliya, play Headliner, but kind of wanted to kill the Inti that turn. Bruh! Come on, man, don't do this to me. I mean, I can kill the VV, but, like, I don't think it's good enough. Alright, kill it. That's my whole turn. Oh, wait, it is good enough, because we can exile it with the Survivor. Ah, okay, okay. He's cooking. Alright, VV Bozo defeated. It's possible they had other opportunities. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm keeping this. I mean, if you think about it, this hand has basically everything we need except lands. It's got Vacuum, it's got Voice, it's got Haliya, it's got Zenith. It has a 1-drop removal spell that we can cast if we miss a land drop. I think I have to keep. I think if we draw 2 lands, we're in a good spot. Oh. Oh. Alright, rip my ass. Oh. Shh. Miss, 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 miss. Miss. Oh, easy wins. Easy wins, boys. Easy wins. I mean, it's not like we both kept a one-lander or anything. Yeah, what were they thinking keeping a one-lander? I would never do that. Obviously. I have some self-respect. That's cool. I'm not losing my sanity at all, trust me. Thank God. I've never been so happy to see a shadowy backstreet. Back streets, back, alright. This is the Norin game. Alright, I'll get it just for you, even though I think it's terrible. Dude, I cannot, like, express my gratitude for you playing Shadowy Backstreet, Geo. Geo is my homie right now. You're my savior. Oh, thank Geo, I love you. Thank you. You're saving me from hell. From literal hell. Let's do this. Do I care about either of these? Like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want them to solve. I don't know if I want to solve their case for them. But I mean, I guess I will. Oh, I can grab the Pixie to pick up the Seam Rip. Okay. This Starfield Shepherd card is nice. I like this card. Oh, I'm ripping them all right. That's what they call me. If there's anything that people have said about me in the past, it is that I am a certified seam ripper. Thank you for the prime sub, Pyropet. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we going to combat. Nowhere to run. Okay, check me out. Ready? I would like to grab a single planes from my deck. Actually didn't think this line through. Shepherd or Seam Rip? I almost want to grab the Shepherd here. I think it's Shepherd. And then, yeah, Shepherd and then Seam Rip the case. And the next turn I can go Zenith Norin. I think I like this the best. Well, it's not even the land drop. It's more so just like, I can go Zenith Norin, and then the 2-mana Shepherd gives me more guaranteed gas the next turn after. So it lets me keep going with Zenith, which is nice. What's this year's fantasy team name? Actually, unfortunately, I'm not in a league right now. The only league that I did last year was the Dive Down, and I don't know if they're going to do another fantasy draft. I would like to be in one, but the yearly league that we did with a bunch of my local friends, like they just haven't been doing it for the past couple of years. So I'm not in a fantasy draft right now, or I'm not in a league. Which, granted that it's already August 13th, probably not gonna have a lot of time, you know. Huh? Holy shit. What the helly? Bro is cooking. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I had one more Pixie in my deck, huh? Well, unfortunately I don't have a second Pixie. Shout out to the other Pixie, by the way. We have no way to win this game. I literally have Seam Rip in my deck. I mean, there's only one copy, but, you know, I'll find it. Keep thinning the deck, baby. Let's keep thinning the deck. Make it more likely we draw that Seam Rip. We only have to deal 51, you know? I mean, we're thinning our deck of every single one drop, right? So, like, we're clearly not going to draw the Pixie anymore. Or, we're clearly going to draw the Seam Rip next turn, then. That's what I meant to say. Maybe we can get enough creatures in play to where we can just sack the Headliner to kill the Forsaken Miner. That seems unlikely, I'll be honest. Well, we cut him down to 51. That's got to count for something, right? What if I took a hit? I mean, it's kind of pointless to take a hit, right? Aha! I'm gonna decline. It's gonna be a decline for me. Bro, they're stashing. I mean, that's more blockers. Oh my god. Chad, I think we're gonna be here for a while. I think we are gonna be here for a long time. What a silly game. Yeah, well, okay, so here's the thing, right? Now they have 15 damage, and we're dealing them 8 a turn, so we're slowly making headway, which is nice. We are slowly making headway. We'll get there eventually. Forget would kind of help, right? How about Sunbillow Verge? Does that one help? Got you down to 51. How much damage have I dealt in this game? What's the number? Still happy about the shadowy backstreet. Look, man, I'd rather play... Oh, look at their life total. Nice. I would rather play against this than VV. Want to be a better person. I want to know the master plan. Cast your stones, cast your judgment. Any gifties for the nice number? Ha ha, funny sex number. Ha 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 ha. Get it? It's funny because it's the sex number. You get it? That's why it's funny. Oh yeah. Dude, this is just... What is happening right now? Where am I? What's going on? I guess I'll plot this. The reason not to. Your turn. I really wish we had a second Pixie in this deck, I'm not gonna lie. We need the second Pixie in the sideboard, that's what it is. I mean, we're making headway. Oh! Now, nobody wins. Ah! They have double stab. You wouldn't stab me twice, would you? Okay, well, that's bad. Shit. Your turn. Man, Haliya would be really good in their deck. The question is, can they get to over 100 before I take lethal damage? Ooh, wait, that doesn't do anything. Fuck. Alright, surely next turn we draw another Zenith. Trust. Trust, 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 trust. Just any spell to trigger Haliya would be nice. Ah! Wait, that doesn't do anything. Oh, that gets them a Skelly. It also makes this +4 power. Oh, the hasty Skelly. Okay, well, we're at 1. So, this is where we really thrive. Okay. I mean, that's something. That's something right there. Let me tell you. That is something. This Norin's gonna cook. This Norin's about to cook. Am I just dead on board? Alright, 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 alright. That was certainly a game of Magic. That was a game of Magic that both players participated in, although only one player. At the end of the day, it was really only a one-person game, right? If you think about it, I definitely want this other seam rip. Do 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 do. Okay, yeah, I should have boarded in the Outcast. If and when we go to game 3, I'll board in the Outcast. I got you there. Phoenix down to counter the Skelly matchup. Well, unfortunately, we can't tutor Phoenix down with this. This only gets creatures. It's not quite as good as Gear Hulk. It's close. Dude, the Norin's soloed. I mean, if you ignore the fact that they gained 100 life that game, like, we probably would have been fine. If you just pretend they didn't gain that much life. Pixie, I guess? I mean, it's easier to cast than Gear Hulk. I'll give you that much. Splash Splash green for Cactar. Green for Cactar. Why would we do that? What is this? Bro, chill! Chill, 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 chill! Oh, you're talking about the deal 10 million damage Cactar? Nah, no, 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 no. I thought you meant splashing the 1 mana 3/3 Cactar. That's what I thought you meant by that. You could tutor it up with Shepherd. And then it, like, I think it, like, bounces itself every other turn or something. That's the one. And then if you bounce it every other turn, you can also trigger the, you can trigger the Cosmogrand over and over again. I mean, now you're cooking. Now you're speaking my language. That's a cook right there. Yeah, if it didn't enter that turn. Which is basically every other turn, right? We don't play them on stream, Villar, but I'd be happy to take a look. See if I can provide you some insight. We do deck techs for 2 gifted subs, or there's a channel point option as well that we usually do them for. Shepherd! I guess get Headliner, right? Tiny Bizzles! Dude, they get a lot of skeletons. So many skellies. So many skellies! Alright, fine. If we go to game 3, I'll board in the Dragonmaster Outcast, okay? I promise you. If we go to game 3, I'll board it in. I should say when we go to game 3. Corpses of the Lost. If you want to put it in chat, Villar, I could try to offer you some quick insight. I'll take a look. Just for you, though. Just for you. If I trade Lightstall for token, I have to draw a creature to headliner the Sanctuary, but I mean, I can't really take 7 here, right? I'll just draw a creature. I'll draw a creature. You just gotta believe. That's a pretty good damn creature to draw, I'm not gonna lie. Well, you gotta at least give me a link to it. If you have a link, I'll take a look. Kind of sucks we can't trigger the Haliya this turn, but... A floater! Floater! I repeat, we have a floater. Caught. 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 Why did they float? I mean, everything was face up. I don't know. They just like floaties. I float 1 mana into my mana pool, and it goes to my proceed to end of combat step, where I have the mana that continues to be in my mana pool after I float. Ah! Oh shit, that fucker has haste. Wait, +2? So this thing is any permanent, right? Non-land permanent. Okay, let me ask you a question. What of these cards do I care about? I think none of them, right? Like, Seam Rip doesn't do anything. This thing, maybe. This thing. I don't know. Like, I don't want to block with Haliya, right? I don't think I do. I mean, they get a chump blocker, but... They're gonna Seam Rip my map token? No, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a chump blocker for Haliya. I think they have to. They can't really afford to take 6, right? Yeah, I guess trading is better because we know they have the Sheltered in hand. So that was maybe something we could have considered. Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, is the Shelter that makes this a little awkward next turn. Because we're probably going to have to trade next turn for it. It doesn't really help me that much, does it? Shit, that's awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a weird spot. Hey, D Turner, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? It's a weird spot, man. Well, it only triggers the Zenith if I don't play the Zenith this turn. Right? What if I just didn't attack? You ever just not attack here? It's kind of psychotic, right? If I attack with both, they just take it, go to 2, then they go Sheltered on Tiny Bones, kill Starfield. Hit with both, they go to 5. Then I can go Zenith, Haliya. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Like, if I don't attack, they also can't attack. But, like, if I send 1, they just kill the untapped creature. Maybe that's fine, though, because them killing this makes this one better. Okay, I like that, actually. Let's do that. It's a weird spot for sure. Definitely a weird spot. Because now, in order for them to attack, they kind of have to kill the Haliya. But I obviously want them to do that because I have another Haliya on top. So I think this is probably the best. Best of both worlds. Okay. There you go. See? So they go to 8. Do 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 do. They do get to play more shit. But, I mean, the Zenith tokens just kind of solve this, right? Very easily. Oh, I don't get to trigger Haliya this turn. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I had not thought about that. I mean, it probably doesn't matter, though, right? Because they can't activate the headliner. They'd have to draw, like, 2 more Sheltered by Ghosts or something. Okay. I guess that thing does have haste. Not warping Haliya. What would be the benefit to warping it? I need a blocker. Like, I could warp it to trigger it again next turn, but I just kind of need the blocker this turn, don't I? You built a modern deck I will love. Nope. I just... Nope. Nope, already off it. Okay. Kind of a psycho attack, right? Just do this, this. I feel like this is an attack where they've just said, you know what, I'm off it. This seems like the off it attack. Why do we have Haliya art? Because I have to purchase it in the store. And in order for me to purchase it from the store, I have to spend lots and lots of gems. Here, okay, I'll tell you this. I'll buy the bundle. I'll go, after this match, I'll buy the bundle right now. 5 gifted. That's like 1,200 gems, you know? But that's the answer. Oh, I like this. I like this. It's a tax write-off? Yeah, but I don't do my taxes. Like, what makes you think I do my taxes? $1,200 gems, like $7. I mean, potato, right? It depends on who you ask. It depends on the currency, too. What's that cool van with the letters IRS on it? It stands for Ice Cream Reality Syndrome? Something like that, right? Bro, stop killing my shit! Why do they keep ripping my seams? I'm not going to read that one out loud. Bro, why you killing my shit? Oh, you know what time it is. Oh, it's time, folks. It is time to cook. This thing can't block, right? Okay. They are growing the skeleton again. We can kill it next turn with the headliner. Huge dragon incoming. I repeat, massive dragon. I require 1 large dragon, please and thank you. Oh, won't you please take me home? Take me home. Shouldn't quit my day job. Not with that voice. The voice of an angel, some would say. Do any of their creatures declare blocks? Blocking is a known scam. Is that like tax fraud? Oh, we only have to wait until turn 7 to make a dragon? I mean, that's fine, right? Don't even, no. Don't even think about it. You leave that guy alone. He did nothing to you. Don't even think about it, buddy. I mean, it's dragon time. The losers, you're my hero. Guess we're not attacking here. What? What are you doing with that one, huh? Okay, what are the odds they can beat dragons? I feel like 0%, right? 4/3 Menace First Strike. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second here. Uno momento. No, that doesn't work. Never mind, that doesn't work. Take 4 then. We can check it with the dragon next turn. Yeah. Huge. Okay, well, I mean, that makes it easier. Okay. At least they let me make my dragon, you know? I appreciate that.